Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. Welcome to your AEW Dynamite review with me, your host, the channel extraordinaire, and absolutely the fucking owner of this whole place. How are we all doing? How are you all? Are you safe? Are you well? Are you kicking back? Let me hear you. How is my awesome audience doing tonight? We have got a fun show in store. Hopefully this will be, say this loosely, either hopefully the last or the second last stream on the laptop, and we get the PC back because I hate doing it on the laptop. What's up, Catherine? How's things? Matthew in the chat as well. Graps TV. Hope yous are all well. Me, I'm the typical me. I'm 100% chaotic. Yeah, it's not great. We have to completely reboot the bastard. It's okay though. We're just waiting on something being delivered, and then I'm going to completely restore it, reboot it, and then we'll be good to go. It's quick and easy. But don't worry. I'm still here. I'm not hard to find. And I am simply the GOAT. So, before we get into tonight's proceedings, you know, it's funny, Dynamite was only 1 hour 55. If that's your discourse, then that's just mad. But you take out all the breaks, Dynamite is 1 hour 55. That's nothing. Last time I checked, 3 hours is too long. To the 3 hour merchants. Right. So, what did everyone think of Dynamite actually? Give me your thoughts on Dynamite. Give me your comments. Give me your pre-show moments. Let's see how he does it. Just don't give them the time of day. If you respond to the drones, they win. If you ignore them, they've got no leg to stand on. Because they get nothing from me. I've got no time for these pencil-legged, basement-dwelling penises. I have no time for them. I thoroughly enjoyed it and wasn't even upset about seeing Hangman. Honestly, last night's Dynamite is one of the best TV produced episodes from any company this year. So far. Like, you've got an establishment. We're now a month into 2025. The discourse can be made now. You can now officially have the discourse. What's the best so far? Well, If you want the honest answer, only two things have been good the entire season 2025 from live episodes. You've got last night's Dynamite and Impact Live. That's it. That's your best. If you want to measure what the year's got to match up to, it's that. If it's better than those two, then you've got the best show. That is how good those two were, especially last night. But why was last night so good? Well, let's reaffirm it then, shall we? Why was last night so good? Let me use a figure of speech. And before you ask where I got it from, it's mine. This is my phrase. Nobody says this except me. So let me see if I can use a good example. Now, what can I use? I know exactly what to say. Here's a coin. There's tails and there's heads, okay? Flip the coin. It's on the floor. That's WWE right now. With their TVs. Now, here's more than under half bottle of Pepsi Max. That's TNA and that's AEW Dynamite. That's TNA Impact and that's AEW Dynamite. That's enjoyment. Now, I'm probably going to get the comments of, you're just being a hater. Come on, you can do better. Am I hating though, really? What have I done this whole year so far? Answer that question in the chat. What have I done this entire year so far? Because I know what I've done. Question is, do you know what I've done? I know what I've done. We'll see if anyone else can get this. Or do I have to tell you? Alright, I'll tell you. I've been fair. I haven't been biased. I haven't made any unfair insults. I haven't attacked anybody. I haven't ridiculed a company. I haven't torn into bookers. I haven't made anyone feel second rate. I've gave them my time. I've watched. I've evaluated. I've reviewed. I've critically analysed. And I've also torn to shreds certain segments, certain matches. I've been very fair across the book. If you don't believe me, go back and watch one of the 37 odd videos I've done since the start of the year. Let me run that back. 37. So why am I saying these are better than that right now? Why am I saying right now that TNA Impact and AEW Dynamite is better than a Raw or a SmackDown? Why am I saying that? Because I feel like I'm getting more for the value of my money. That's not slander. That's not abuse. That's not being derogatory. It's being honest. I'm getting more for the value of my money right now. But here's the ulterior part. I'm still going to be disappointed at times with TNA. And I'm still going to get disappointed by AEW. What did I do? I call it out. Or is it only if I call it WWE then it's an issue? Because I don't care about all the grifters. I don't care about people and their fake takes and their faux pas attitude. I don't care about people who deliberately lie because they'll get their comeuppance. And that's not me saying I'm coming after them. But people will find out. People will see it. People will hear it. And they'll stop watching them. They'll stop taking them seriously. If you want an example, then I'll give you one without naming names. There is someone from one of the most popular cities in the world, not just the US, but popular cities in the world, who's got a big platform, but people are starting to not take him seriously because they know he's fake. I don't need to name names, but I guarantee people know who I'm talking about. Like, I'm dead certain. And Matthew's been on so many shows with me this year. He knows that I'm not grasping for anything else but fight for views or attention. I'm grasping for the truth. And I'm here to have fun. But I'm not here to lie to my audience. In fact, I'm not here to lie to my audience that much that I say it on a social platform that I'm only using a company just to make money off them because my content sucks. That's what this person did. Me, on the other hand, I can be truthful. You guys might say, you know what, great show to me at the end of this stream. And you know what? I will always say thank you. But deep in myself, I will always say, you know what? Maybe 5-6 minutes at some point in this show, I could have been better. I could have made something much more interactive. Or I could have perhaps explained it, or maybe reiterated a point better. Instead of going, see, AEW views are in the mud right now, so I have to do a show so I can make money because my family don't like me that much and I need to pay rent. Or, oh gee, WWE sucks right now. This is circa 2019, 2020. Oh, WWE sucks right now. I need to get on a stream because the New York rent's going up and nobody wants to see me anymore. fake grifters. That and that. Right at you. I don't care. Here's something very important. See your viewing audience, your loyal viewing audience. They're the ones that won't call you out the most. Unless they truly care. And if you don't believe me, just ask Catherine, just ask Graps TV, just ask Matthew. Just ask the guy who appears every single show. He'll probably appear in the next 20 minutes. He calls me out, but he also does it in a way where he can ask me stuff as well. But he asks my opinion. Fletch isn't here right now, but Fletch calls me out on some things, and he asks my opinion. The difference is I don't lie to who I'm discussing things with. I don't do this for you guys to get shut down. I don't do this for you guys to have no voice. I do this because I love it, hate it at times, because sometimes it really is absolutely disgraceful. I am a pro wrestling fan, deep to the very core. You want proof? I wore this to work today. I went into work completely casual, wearing my Rock t-shirt. I've worn my Bullet Club shirt to work before. You know what's even funny? I actually get people when I wear this, they come up to me and they ask me about it. Conversation at work, 20, 30 minutes on a break, lunch break, before work, after work. I've got people asking me all sorts. I've got people from my work that watch my shows because they're interested. Because I don't mug them off. Treat your viewing audience with respect, and if they criticize you, it's because they care about what you're delivering. They don't think you're a bad person. They just think you could do better. Which is completely acceptable. Thank you, Catherine. And yeah, nobody cares. They're disingenuine. You also don't yell at your audience. No, of course I won't. What's there to gain? What do I have to gain by yelling at you guys? It makes me look stupid. It makes me look immature. I'm not going to yell at any one of you. I'm going to have a laugh with you. I'll make jokes. Because everyone loves a joke. But I'm not going to yell at you. I might go on an angry rant, but that's not an angry rant at you guys. It's an angry rant at what shite I have to watch. Newsflash, AEW has delivered some shite this year, so far. TNA delivered some weird shit as well. WWE has consistently delivered me shit. But which fan base gets more offended when I said, Jesus, this was crap? This was really good. What fan base do you think gets offended more? I'm just the ultimate joke, because I can make anyone laugh. And exactly, WWE drones, or as I call them, the internet plebs. Ooh, Actually, I'm going to describe a WWE drone. Watch this.
Oh, but please, can we not get more wrestling on TV? Can we just get promos?
So you don't want to see them do their job now? Fucking plebs. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Exactly, Catherine. I'll praise that though. You know what's funny? I'll praise that. Anyone that does that much money, honestly, like any company that can make that much money at a gate is that deserves praise, right? But this is where the abuse comes in. Why be so obsessed with record gates over actually making your audience happy? Plebs for please come into a group chat near you. I love that. Just read this banner I'm putting up right now. This is important. Here's a reality that's going to sting people. I'm very glad to hear that about your dad, Catherine. I'm very glad to hear that. But this is reality right here. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we have to talk about this tonight. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. I'm sorry, but we have to talk about this man tonight. Oh yeah, 100%. It is absolutely correct. Mm-hmm. Honest to God. Wait. He's a terminal illness. That's what he is. Anyway. Light the fuse. Bring the boom. AEW Dynamite. Catherine, we all know you like Hangman. It's okay. Anyway, let's get into Dynamite. And how does Dynamite begin? The old-fashioned recaps. The video packages. Oh. We get Jay White on backstage interview at the parking lot. The same Jay White, who is now cited with rated FTR, or is it rated cope? We get the impending presence of the Death Riders. Marina Shafir, I think she has a way with the ladies. But yes, we get the interaction. The Death Riders with Jay White and rated FTR going at it, brawling from the backstage all the way to the ring, fighting in the crowd. Excellent opening segment. That is excellent. That is television. That is driving the interest of the crowd. Honestly, that last night was impressive. And I'll tell you why it's impressive. Because when was the last time, and this is a true fact, this is not trying to insult anybody. When was the last time not TNA, when was the last time AEW actually done a segment as good as that? That's a serious question. When was the last time AEW done a segment as good as that when it comes to a brawl and then the actual promo with it? Because if you're being honest, it's been quite some time. Quite possibly that's the best opening Dynamite segment in months. Like, that really is important. You need to start strongly. This whole segment is better than the Osprey segment with Kenny Omega when they challenged Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher for Grand Slam. Like, this is better than that. Like, it's completely raised the bar. That hasn't been the best opening segment in a long time, but this segment completely tore that to shreds. Like, it felt more, like, it had more emotion, it had more engagement, and you can tell that they were more up for it. Like, this was well produced. And Catherine, yes, she probably could. She's got magnetism about her. Like, that is genuinely impressive stuff. And I've got no issue with that. Like, I actually want more of this. Not every opening segment needs to be a match or a promo. Like a bland promo. Have some excitement. Have some fun. What happened to the days of pro wrestling where it's still business as usual, but it's fucking exciting. Like, can we get more raw energy? It's not hard to ask for. Let's be real. Give us what we want. Speaking of giving us what we want, Dynamite sure gave us a surprise. It gave us a surprise that, to be fair, we kind of saw coming, but we still got the surprise and it felt good. Many of us did predict Mark Davis to be the final man. Many of us did suggest Mark Davis. And rightly so. His match last night was well done. I absolutely loved the match between Will Ospreay and Mark Davis. Now, Will Ospreay can't sell, apparently. Give me a break. Fernando, he knows it. Fernando straight in this match was fire. Damn right it fucking was. Get some fire emojis in the chat, guys. Goosebumps. Fire emojis. Come on. I want 50. I want 50 fucking fire emojis. And yeah, Mark Davis is underrated. His work in Aussie Open was really well done. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Fernando. I really like the selling. Like, the selling of the reaction. Like, that is what Will Ospreay's lacked for quite a while. Like, he sells the reaction that Mark Davis is the final man in the Callis family. Like, I really like the jaw drop reaction. Like, you see it. You can absolutely feel it in the crowd. It's just mad that it's come to this. Like, they've turned on him. Honestly, if I don't think anyone would have had that on their bingo card. It's 2025 and both members of Aussie Open have turned against Will Ospreay. I don't think anyone would have had that on their bingo card. Glad Aussie Open are still together. Me too. Whatever they may do with them, that's the question. But I really like this. I like the brutality of the match. I like the fact that we got to see a change up in Mark Davis's style. Like, obviously he's come back from an injury, so he's working slower, but he's working with more purpose, like more aggression. It was well done from Mark Davis in that way. and I want to see it continue. I don't want that to end. I want it to continue. So I hope that it does in that way, so we get the treat that we're all looking for. It would be really helpful. The pile driver was really cool. Like, that pile driver that he hits is clean. It's only for a 2 count, but it's still sold well. Eventually, Will Ospreay does win with not the help of the referee, but just the inability of Mark Davis to get his time in when it comes to the turnbuckle pad. And this is obviously part of the match. It's not like a botch. It's part of the timing where he does get his timing wrong because he takes too long to get Ospreay, and the referee's already figured it out. He's seen the exposed turnbuckle pad, and he stops it, which then allows Will Ospreay to hit the hidden blade for the 3 count. Good match. Will then calls out Kenny Omega, who's called his new best friend. And Don Callis runs away like a little bitch. This whole thing, I can't really fault it. It was exactly what I'm looking for. Can they just do it on a more consistent basis now? Is my big ask. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I really am not sure. I kind of saw Mark Davis turning on Will eventually, yes, so did I. But even the way they've gone about it was just really well done. But that has to happen. Otherwise, what's the point? And that's what I want to see. Long ass day. Right. Following the match, obviously, like I've said, Kenny comes out having a discussion with Will Ospreay about the upcoming match at Grand Slam. Completely fine, totally necessary. That's exactly what we're looking for. He's just shutting them down, remind them that he and Ospreay are the future of the company, whereas Takeshi and Kyle Fletcher is not, which works really well. Up next is the One. This is the best segment. This is the best segment of the show. The Hurt Syndicate make their way to the ring. MVP, who is incredible on the mic, makes a big announcement confirming that the Hurt Syndicate will be coming for any champion and that champion's title belt. They're going to claim it. They're going to become champion. So anyone on that roster who is a champion, be prepared for the Hurt Business. But they also make a fatal move that could come to them quite costly, and it's they challenge anyone on the roster to step up the champions. And a step up we got. Returning. For the first time in several months, What's up, Rusty? How are you? For the first time in several months, the tag team that's been badly missed on AEW television has returned. The Guns. They make their way out to the entrance ramp. They are talking to the syndicate. They've said that they're out here to conduct business themselves with the syndicate. Of course, they want to conduct business with them. MVP invites them into the ring, Julie, of course, where the Guns speak eloquently that they've not had their TV rematch for the World Tag Team titles, and simply they are here for that championship rematch, and they want their titles back. The Hurt Syndicate, of course, are happy to rub them the wrong way. Now he rubs them the wrong way by the reality that he shuts them down by their name. They're just a couple of ass boys. If you're the Guns, you would be, even though it's your dad, you'd be feeling a little bit embarrassed when you've tried to step away from his shadow and you went to join Bullet Club Gold, and this is what you aimed for, to get even higher and higher and get that response. It's a bit painful. Backstage, Renee Paquette is trying to get an interview with Mercedes Moné. She kind of does. She gets an interview with Dummy Moné, the hand-picked puppet, or Puppet Moné, perhaps. Harley Cameron appears with a puppet of Mercedes Moné, confirmed that she's got a concert on Saturday. Seriously, what is it with everyone doing concerts this week? We've got a Joe Hendry concert tonight, and we've got a Harley Cameron concert on Saturday. Mercedes eventually comes out of her locker room, interrupts Harley Cameron, declares herself the greatest TBS champion of all time, blah blah blah, calls Harley a loser, and tells her to stay away. Before we get Catherine's favourite human, Hangman Page, young but naive and wild. Let that sink in. Hangman Adam Page is backstage with Renee. He's reminded about destroying Daniels and the in-ring retirement of Daniels. To which it was a really well done match, and he's just reminiscing in the right way. He's talking about that he didn't go too far with Daniels. He went to the limit that the match demands. In the end, he won. Just a huge win for him. Unfortunately, we're all subjected to such punishment following this segment with Hangman that we are forced to listen to Blaster Casterberg. Seriously, why is Casterberg still in employment? He's awful. He can't cut promo. He can't wrestle. His timing is crap. He was carried by Anthony Bolton's. Why is this a thing? Why is he still here? He puts people to sleep. Just talking about him makes me get tired. Up next, this is arguably match of the night, depending on what you think. But up next, we get the Hounds of Hell, Brody King and Buddy Matthews. Yeah. I'll tell you why, because Tony's a joke. It's because Tony Khan's a joke. He needs to stop. The Hounds of Hell, formerly the House of Black. Brody King, Buddy Matthews versus two crown jewels, two prized fighters of the Don Callis family. The international champion and the never openweight champion, the Alpha, Kanuska Takeshita. And the pro star Kyle Fletcher. This match is beautiful. Oh, I will diss him. He is a fucking joke. If he wants to keep booking that piece of pish, then he deserves to be called out for it. He's a joke. And he became an even bigger joke when he hired the Maximum Male Morons. Plain and simple. The match begins with Fletcher Matthews in the ring. Honest to God, the way that Fletcher moved in this ring to start the match, it was insane. He takes control very quickly. Buddy really struggles with Kyle. Kyle has his number. Takeshita thinks he's all in control, however, when he tags in the match, only for Brody King to make a blind tag, and then when Takeshita finally sees him, he gets a vicious elbow to the face, dazes him back, and he doesn't know how to respond, and then obviously Kyle Fletcher gets an absolute huge chop. Wicked chop. Both Fletcher and Takeshita get crushed by a crossbody. Really well done here by Brody King. He establishes his weight and his height and his power game, and he's become so accustomed to it that he can't be faulted now in that way. It's safe. He's that careful and comfortable that he is not going to make a mistake. Until he gets a deadlift German from Takeshita like that. And he sells as well as a big heavy man. Like he sells in that way where he's going slow before he gets dumped on his head. That was genuinely amazing. I've got a lot of respect for that. Buddy, of course, loves his top rope diving moves, which he gets. Very nasty German. Very indeed. It was nasty. Dunks him right on his head. And that days him, but he gets straight back up. Hits a clothesline. We get plenty of "this is awesome" chants. And then as Buddy Matthews goes up to the top rope, Okada's music goes off. It distracts Buddy Matthews for Kyle Fletcher to get him at the top rope, but he's quick and nimble. He hits a super kick. But then through an assist, Takeshita helps Fletcher to hit the Brainbuster for the win. This was well done. This is my favourite match of the show. We then get a segment between Samoa Joe and Hook walking backstage. They're looking for Christian Cage's locker room, which they find. They then beat up Nick Wayne and Kip Sapien. That was really funny. I like the fact that Christian was hiding there the whole time. Like, he is so clever. He lets his own guys get beaten up just so he can go, guys, what's happened? What's happened here? None the wiser, it's genius from the veteran. Like, no wonder he's a top heel. Like, he's the best heel in wrestling. And it's because of stuff like this. It's so well done. So well done. And Fernando, I echo that. Match of the night 100%. Out comes Catherine's favourite human being in the world, MJF. Again, straight on the mic, insulting Jeff Jarrett, calls him geriatric Jarrett, telling him he should have stayed out of the way of someone younger and fast rising, which he couldn't do, so he had to teach him a lesson, which he did. And he said that the AEW stands for All Elite Wrestling, not All Elderly Wrestling. And that now he's one step closer to regaining the Triple B, by which point Clusterberg appears, saying Hangman. Hangman then comes out, distracts MJF, who turns around after Max Caster runs away. Hangman then chases after him. But then we get... I don't know how everyone feels about this, but then we got the worst promo of the night. I have to say something about this promo that might... I don't know if people are going to like this. Back to the Hounds of Hell. Do you think Black was holding the rest of the guys back? Yes, I was. You can tell. Let's end this and hurry up and get to Hangman versus... I agree. No idea what that is. I've got no clue what that is. MJF couldn't beat a shit-stained shoe. Hangman will tear him apart. Hangman will tear him apart. I don't know what film you're talking about. I thought his promo was awful. I thought his promo was distasteful, if I'm being honest. if you're looking at it, it's actually rubbish. Like it's got nothing worthy of the name. Like again, another Owen Hart mention. For God's sake, can we just leave it be? No one cares about the drug issues that Dustin Rhodes has got. Like, leave it at this. Leave it at that. Talk about the career. Talk about what matters most. We don't want to talk about your personal demons. I am not wearing that. Not a chance. Not a chance. You don't wear your rival team's colours. I got faith in Hangman, but I'm not wearing another team's colours. Not a chance. No one should do something like that. Too bad his promo wasn't good. He's passionate, but the promo wasn't. The promo didn't deliver, in my opinion. I think the match will deliver, but the promo just, it didn't hit. It was lacking something. And naturally, of course, they had to refer to other individuals because that's all he ever does. Where did the promo fail? The minute he brought up Owen Hart. He brought it up and it lost steam straight away. We don't need that name mentioned anymore. A brawl breaks out anyway between the two of them. MJF gets carted away by security before he gets back in and responds adequately with a ball shot, which decks Dustin. Up next, Timeless Toni Storm versus Queen Aminata. Mariah May's at ringside. On commentary, Timeless Toni Storm plays the role of Mariah in this match, which is absolutely hilarious. Like I just thought this whole segment in this match was funny. But most importantly is the fact that Toni does win with Mariah's finisher, the Mayday. Like it's carbon copy. Like she's in her head. Mariah May for Grand Slam next week is in trouble. Like this cemented tonight that she's lost her title. There's no way back now. Like I'm not kidding. This is her downfall. This is it. Really well done. I like Toni Storm's presentation. I like the way she conducts herself in the ring, outside the ring. She's good to go. There's her record 4th title run is coming. What else can we say? Next week we've got for Dynamite, obviously, Dustin challenges MJF. That's confirmed. So next week, MJF versus Dustin Rhodes. I will watch it. And then we get the New York Minute between for the learning tree. So we're skipping it because I don't care. And then we get the main event. First of all, they've been promoting to this show all the way through. The video packages throughout the show. The segments on previous shows leading up to this match. You have Swerve come out first. And then he gets decked with a steel chair. Like, you know what's funny? It takes me an hour, including a rant, to get through Dynamite, right? And I can sit and talk to you guys for half an hour. And I feel more energy. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Before we even review the main event, what does that tell you? It tells you no matter how long the show is, yeah, you fans are awesome. But it also means by getting through it in that way, it means that the show was actually good. I don't need to rush. I don't need to blast it. I don't need to overly raise my voice. I don't need to gas up a show or gas up a product. I just need to actually praise where it was right and criticize where it went wrong. But here's the fun thing. This main event only had one problem. This main event deserved longer. That's the only negative. We didn't get more time. We were already given a 5-star meal. But we could have got more from it. And Fernando, you're spot on. The right person did win. I like the way this match started as well. Not just a chair shot, but Ricochet immediately hitting the vertigo. This man wants to finish it early. And Swerve keeps coming. Ricochet just can't take it. Swerve Strickland keeps coming. He keeps coming. Coming. For more. He needs more. Brutality. If you want a TV match that fits you, time-wise, violence, two men working hard, this is that place for you. This is that watch. Perfectly. You're good, Maria. You're good. And Rich, tonight, to answer your question, honestly, like, I'm only doing the one stream. I've had a long day at work. I was only going to do this one, but I will be around another night for sure. I just can't tonight. I just need to relax. To be fair, Maria, I thought this match was incredible. I thought the tag match was the best match of the night, but I did really like this singles match. It really had everything for me. The spots in between, the time allowed the moves to breathe, like, it worked well. Like, it actually hits really well. I find myself looking a lot at the clock when WWE is on, like, isn't this over yet with AEW? I am not clock watching. Me neither. I would like to see Swerve and Ricochet do a best of 7, with every match having a different stipulation. Not a bad idea. This weekend I can absolutely, if you've got any shows on this weekend, let me know. Catch you later, Rich. Have a good show. I actually really like the way they went about this. You've got finish attempt after finish attempt. You've got pinfall after pinfall attempts. Breakouts. A powerbomb on the barrier, which was originally a pile driver attempt that was countered. Like, this was so well done. And Swerve got his moves in, but he still put Ricochet over. It was the right result. Because they're still doing something with this story. There's no end to this story yet. Like, I actually see something tangible. And I like it. I want it to reach its exclamation point and hit the ceiling for what they can do with it, because it deserves it, and they can take them on to bigger and better things, because that's what they need. They just need to believe in that. So I'm hoping that it gets that delivery. Ricochet wins with a very accidental low blow when Swerve goes for another Swerve Stomp. He then finishes it with the Spirit Gun for the 3 count. And truth be told, I just really enjoyed this show this week. It was miles better than last week. And long story short, if just to make it clear about Collision was fun too. Collision was 100 times better than last week's Collision, like the week before. But this was by far the best Dynamite in a very long time. It's nice to see it actually get somewhere. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want to see it reach something special. And if you don't want it to reach something special, then you're insane. Just don't drop the ball. Just don't drop the ball with it. Give us the content that actually does matter. Because it's all about continuity. It's all about hitting that sweet spot. Now, I mean what I'm about to say. It was the best opening AEW segment in months. It was the best show flow in some time. The matches were story orientated, but still worked really well. Remember, story. They do tell stories. I'm just rubbing the salt of people who say they don't tell stories. I'm just rubbing it off. In fact, no, hold on, I'll go one better. I'll drink their tears. That's 2 lots of tears. Now for the New Yorker. So like I said at the very start of the show, and don't worry guys, we're not ending the show yet, because we've got a new segment. We have a new segment. And this is for you guys. Sneaky jokes is fun. Like I said at the start of the show, I get the value of my money from a Wednesday and a Thursday more often right now, because it feels more genuine. It feels more catered. And if you want a reason why a Monday doesn't cater to me as much anymore, the Samoan Orange Cassidy won the Royal Rumble. But this is for the last 15 minutes of tonight's show. Ask away. These are for you guys to ask me for the final 15 minutes of the show, because Dynamite was excellent. That was a 9 out of 10 show. It only drops a mark because Max Caster was on the show. Twice. Half a mark each appearance. Because he's a bastard. An untalented bastard. I hate Blaster Casterberg. No, I don't think I am. I think I'm very fair. I've seen people harsher than me. I think I'm very fair. Great question, though, Billy. Great question. The harshest I've been on WWE in months was the Raw review. People are much harsher than I am. And you've watched my shows this year. I've been very fair to them so far since the turn of the year. The Royal Rumble pissed me off. Monday Night Raw pissed me off. Yes, I do. I think that was the flow they need to maintain going forward. It really helps them. They just need to keep doing that and doing that and doing that. But they need to also make sure that the talent they're using actually are liked by the audience and the fans, not just babyface or heels, but the genuine talent is actually appreciated, not somebody who doesn't want to be seen. Nobody wants to see an Orange Cassidy. Nobody wants to see Hook. Nobody wants to see Max Caster. Nobody wants to see folk like that because they're damaging. Nobody wants to see Chris Jericho. Keep them away. That is textbook 101. We'll go another 10 minutes, guys, so just keep your questions coming. Like I say, this is your time, chat. This is your time. You guys ask the questions. I mean, if I have to put on the question music, I'll put on the question music if it inspires you. Do you think Tony Khan can keep this up? I didn't watch it, but you say it was good. I doubt he can keep the storytelling up. The only way he can keep this up if he continues to listen to the people that are actually good enough for writing his content. The likes of a Jeff Jarrett, a Bryan Danielson. Focus on what they're telling him, and yes, he can. The likes of Copeland as well, he helps with that stuff. You keep putting in talent that do nothing, then you're out your head on your arse. I think he can, because they're telling some consistent stories at the minute. It's about, can they raise the game more and more? So that's the only way we're going to find out. Who will have the TNA title going into next month? It'll still be Joe Hendry, I think. I still think it'll be Joe Hendry. But not for much longer. I think you'll have it till maybe the summer. I don't see him going all the way throughout the year as champion. I just don't see it. My question is, when has he not been telling stories? Dirt sheets lie. Yeah, they certainly do. They certainly do. Thoughts on Fandango? All I'm gonna say is thanks for killing a character. Thanks for killing your TNA character. I'm not kidding. Like, if you actually see what his whole character in TNA is about, he's just killed it with one NXT appearance. Oh yeah, it's a decent tune. It's a decent tune, I agree. But what he's done is killed a TNA character, a TNA gimmick. All because of an NXT appearance. It's a joke. And people probably go, oh, what does he mean? Well, his character in TNA is someone who hates sports entertainment. He hates pro wrestling. So he joins the system. He joins the system to take over and take control and wreak havoc. And you go back to NXT and you become Fandango again. Why? I'm sorry, but that shit's all over TNA, and I'm the only TNA fan that's calling it out. I've seen TNA fans celebrating that on NXT, and I'm like, yous are all fucking dorks. And they aren't. No, they're not taking them back. I'm the most honest TNA fan you'll ever see. You killed a gimmick. It's actually ridiculous. I wonder how this affects other TNA talent who are ex-WWE. I don't know. I'll tell you what will be annoying. I'll be annoyed if Nick Nemeth appears on NXT as Dolph Ziggler. No, they shouldn't. I don't know who made this call. It might have been TNA themselves. But if so, even then, that whoever's authorized that is clueless. Because Johnny Dangle Curtis, JDC, doesn't like gimmicks. He doesn't like sports entertainment. He doesn't like pro wrestling. His entire run was him clowning pro wrestlers and entertainers saying he doesn't want to be that anymore. He hates pro wrestling. He did that for ages. Even when he was in the system, he hates this, he hates that, but he still wants to be in charge. He still wants to make the money, but he hates what he does. That was his character. He goes back to NXT. Fucking give me a slingshot. Insulting. About 2 minutes left, guys. That's a great question. That's a great question, actually. I absolutely will answer that because that is a solid question. I think it will be. I think the next person to go from AEW to WWE, I think that is going to be. I think it will be Phoenix or Starks, and I think from AEW over WWE to AEW. Fuck knows, but it better not be somebody ancient. I think, honestly, God, I think TNA are fine. They just need to turn a few folk away, big time. They need to just turn a few folk away. Cassidy, Jericho, and Britt will not be welcome in TNA. Trust me. They can all go. The reality is, some people are finished. You just need to let it go. Some of them are just done in that way. And when they eventually realize it, good. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for tonight's show. It has been good fun. I will be back tomorrow. And it's a double review. So you know what that means. Double the review, double the fun, more smiles, and no Jey Uso. And no Orange Cassidy. We win. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a good night.